Hello and welcome back to Fitish, the podcast. And I am joined today by a guest that I have not had in a very long time, the sub-Mexican Franny. Welcome back to the podcast, Francisco.
Hi, I'm very happy to be back. I think last time I overstayed my welcome, so it took a couple of months to get invited back in.
That's not true. JC's a busy man, so I always am happy to give him a little bit of time off from the podcast because he has to talk a lot for a living. So I said, why don't you just let Franny come in and we can shoot the shit for a bit and give JC the day off? And you know, you're just almost as good as JC at the podcast.
No, I think I'm below.
Your hair looks wonderful today.
Thank you, babe.
Is that the motorcycle helmet?
No, that's exactly how I wanted to.
Just one upright. Yeah. I know we don't have hair and makeup budget yet for the podcast.
Oh, I like it like alfalfa.
Yeah, friend pulled up on his motorcycle today, so that's where we're at in the relationship. Still motorcycling around. Yeah. You're down to one though, is that right?
Yeah.
How many motorcycles do you still currently own? You have to be transparent with me. I am your partner, and we're trying to start a family together, and I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's not an answer.
I absolutely agree with you.
How many motorcycles do you have in your possession?
Well, right now I have one. Yeah.
Where are the other ones hiding?
So, babe, with my family in Mexico.
That's a shitty joke. I don't think a lot of people know. I don't know if I've told y'all this before, but there are days that I park outside. Yes, I park outside in my own home because Francisco has his car and multiple motorcycles in the garage, and we only have a 2-car garage. So that's where we're at.
Well, yeah, but most of the times I park outside very happily.
We all make sacrifices,
We all
right?
make sacrifices, but we all you get closet space, I get garage space.
That's true. That's fair.
So I think we all have compromises in this relationship.
Yeah, we do. Well, I
don't care about having 2 jeans and 1 t-shirt.
I opened up a lot of that closet for you.
Thank you.
And I got you a new dresser. You haven't even put your things in. I have to say.
Wait, I don't have enough things to put on that dresser.
They're just all over the chair in the bedroom, just sprawled out.
Yeah.
That's become your closet.
Yeah. Well, I want to see what I'm going to wear during the week. I put all my outfits outside.
I have to say, luckily, neither him or I are super clean freaks. I mean, the downside with neither person being a clean freak is that it can get messy really quickly. And I would say I like things to be even cleaner than he does sometimes. And so then it makes me mad at you, even though I'm not a clean freak. Like this morning, you left the place a fucking mess this morning, and you left and went to work out and went to work, and the maid came in, and I felt so bad that I just stayed there for like another.
You felt so bad that she was about to do her job at her full extent and earn her money that she asked for a raise for.
Okay, y'all write me and let me know. Is this a normal couple argument, like that I like to pre-clean before the maid comes? I mean, this is kind of a thing, right? Like he is happy.
I think where?
He's with everyone. Even our producer Mike right now behind camera is saying that his wife does and it drives him crazy. Like you grew up in a different environment. Like Francisco grew up, in Mexico, basically all middle-class families and above have, because, you say it and you think, oh my gosh, like you grew up super richy rich, but like what I've learned is that in Mexico City, you've told me that if you're middle class, and above that, or even maybe not even middle class, that you usually have someone live with you. So when we first started dating, I would give him shit, when you're still trying to be on good behavior, but I'd be like, Fran, like your underwear is just sitting on the bedroom floor, and he's like, it's weird. Like when I grew up, like I would just
especially middle of sex, like it's like, yeah, it's gonna be there until we finish, and then I'm gonna put it back on.
He'd be like, it's weird because when I grew up, like I would come home living with my parents, whatever it was, I would come home and I would wake up in the morning and like all my stuff just magically was in its drawers. And I was like, cause they had full-time live-in help, and he would call and she'd bring him eggs. I mean, it was an amazing setup for sure. Now I get why like your brother and 30-year-old men in Mexico City still live at home, because they have the full treatment, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But this is deterring from the fact that you don't... From the
7 water bottles on your nightstand.
You don't pre-clean to be cleaned. Like, it's like you do all the writing for your attorney before he comes in. So he writes, like, finish the contract.
You're yelling now. We need to set up a therapy session.
Yes.
for many things other than just this. Yeah. I told Fran it's about to be a stressful period of time that we're going through this in vitro. And so I said, I'm going to be, probably emotional, or I'm going to be sensitive, and I need you. I mean, Jesus, I had to go get surgery completely alone the other day. They don't even let anyone in with you. Like, they can't even come into the waiting room or the lobby of the surgical center. And so I'm just there with another woman. She had never had surgery before. So her and I start talking, and then we go back behind curtains. We're getting IVs. I mean, we can't see each other, but we're kind of talking through the curtain because you're so anxious about what's happening and getting surgery that you can't even have someone there to distract you or to squeeze their hand.
So you abused your neighbor for distraction?
I abused my neighbor. Yes, that's what I did. We need a therapy session. I'm so glad. Actually, I have a new employee here at Fitish, and she just told me before we came back here to record the podcast, because we record at the Fitish headquarters, that she was listening to one of our podcasts, which is a really great thing to say on her first day at work, that she was listening to the Fitish podcast, and that
she's getting all the boxes.
Her and her significant other actually recently used BetterHelp because of hearing about it at the podcast. And so if you don't know what BetterHelp is, it's virtual therapy. It is literally virtual therapy, which is really great because, she was mentioning that her partner is, as most men are, very resistant to therapy, especially when you have to go through the effort of finding a therapist that you both agreeing on the price, because it's so dang expensive, and then getting in the car and taking time out of your day to actually go to the therapy session and do it. We've been there, we've done it. It can be quite a grind, and then an awkward car ride home when someone feels that they lost in therapy. So the virtual is a great way to do it because you can sit and do it from home together. You can find the time to do it at night, and this is customized online therapy. So they're going to offer you video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't even have to turn the camera on if you don't want to, if you really, care and value privacy that much. Whatever you need, don't be ashamed of normal human struggles. I mean, Fran and I, we could use therapy almost daily. We don't do it daily, but there's definitely times that we could use it
daily.
Yeah, we could do it daily. Yeah. We should probably do it daily. And so I'm going to save you a lot of money because this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Fitish listeners are going to get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Fitish. That's better, HELP.com/Fitish. And Fitish, as always, is FITISH.
I think that actually is super practical.
I love this. It's such a great idea. And I know people have said their relationships have changed quite a bit because of COVID and being quarantined. And I said to my mom the other day, I haven't told you this yet, but I said to her that I feel bad for you because I am such a homebody at heart that COVID has actually made me not want to leave the house even more. And Fran is so social. I mean, he is the type of guy that even when we met, I could tell because every time we'd be out eating, he knew everyone. People would say hello to him, or it was mostly older women that I'm sure he had probably had intercourse with, but they'd be like, Francisco. And the point is you're just very social. You have a huge social circle and a lot of friends, a lot of older female friends. But I do feel bad because I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be home every single night. I have no FOMO. I don't know, at some point in my life, I completely lost FOMO. I do not care if bars never opened again for the rest of my life. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm so happy to be at home watching movies and working and resting and sleeping. And of course, I just had surgery and I could tell that he gets antsy. He's home. He has friends that are up at the Mexican restaurant having margaritas. They want him to come up. And I was like, why don't you just go have a drink? I feel like you need to start every now and then just going and getting your social time in because I feel bad. I do. Because I bet someone like you that used to be so social is kind of going crazy because of quarantine. Whereas people like me are I love it.
No, babe, every time I have wanted to grab a drink, I mainly want to have a drink with you. And when it comes to my friends, I'll do it sometimes, but lately it's been so much work. We both have been so busy that being at home is all I want too. Yes, I am very social, and I think I get that part while I'm working too. And to
interact with other people.
Yeah. And I love to come back home and just chill in the couch and with the dogs.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that. You better get that out of your system before we have a baby.
Which part? Chilling with the couch?
All of it, right? Just soaking in the moments. No, going out and having some drinks with friends.
No, that's when I'm gonna start using it.
No, no, because
Fuck this shit.
because that's when I'm gonna be like, where are you? Help me.
Babe, I'll be there next to you.
So we should.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be the one hiding in the closet sometimes.
Why?
Like,
from the baby? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a hard time with it. I have really considered.
If you guys hear, I'm gonna have a hard time.
No, I'm gonna have a hard time with it. It is the situation. I'm gonna have a hard time with motherhood. I think that you're gonna be a great dad. I mean, the way I look at you, it kind of creeps me out. Like, he's so good with other people's kids. You know, when you go to see your friends' kids, we have obviously a lot of friends that have children already. And so when we get to see them, less often now than we used to, but we'll go over to their house and say hello. He's gone. I mean, you are with the child playing kitchen or whatever you refer to that as when they want to bake fake things. I mean, things that just are mind numbing to me that I like to think when it's my own child. JC was arguing with me. He's like, it's actually better with other people's kids. With your own kid, you're really short fused. And I don't.
Absolutely. I can see that.
So you're really great with kids. So my hope is that, I mean, I've always hoped to find a man that's 50-50 with all of it, but like, I'm hoping that you're a little more than I am.
I have the idea, I have the notion already that it's going to have to be like that.
Yeah.
And I'm very well.
Are you ready to give me shots?
Yes, babe. Like tequila shots?
Mm-mm.
Like
shots in my butt?
Of course. Oh, absolutely, babe.
Gosh, I know. I can't think of anything I'd rather do to someone when I get mad at them. I know. I've heard that I've
been working out for it.
My really good friend, Claudia, that when she had to do the shots, she said her husband practiced on a grapefruit for a long time. And then he got really cocky because he got good at it.
I just bought a dartboard. I mean, like...
That first one, we have to actually start some this week. And that first one is going to be so hard. I mean, as much as you trust your partner, it's a different level when they're injecting you, because then of course, I don't know if you feel this way, but I'd feel a little worried about the first one because I'd want to do a good job because that I'm going to be angry if it hurts. Like, I'm going to feel like it's your fault if it hurts, even though the whole thing in general is of course going to hurt because it's in the butt muscle. So of course it's not going to feel great and painless, but I know I'm going to be kind of like mad at you sometimes. Are you not going to feel bad if I cry?
Of course I'm going to feel bad, but like, I'm going to ask you to sign a couple of documents before we start all that process, just to be all my liabilities out, to understand what we're getting ourselves into. There's some crying and it could happen and there could be some pain and it'll be okay.
I'm pretty good with needles. It's just the repetition of needles every single day that become a problem.
Do you use them
for
often?
Me. Do I use needles often? No. And look at how bruised my hand is just from one IV. Yeah.
There's some people that don't know how to do them.
You know how to do shots. What is
I
your...
know. No, the IV. Like, I know how to do
an
shots.
IV.
No, I don't know how to do an IV.
I was like,
No.
why would you know how to do an IV? Why
Have
do you
you
know
seen
how to
Pulp-
do shots?
Because I've done it to myself.
Have I seen Pulp Fiction? Is that what you were going to say? That's how you're going to give me an injection? Yes, I've seen
That's
Pulp
how I
Fiction. Big drug, you stop. How many injections have you doled out in your lifetime?
Well, babe, you never know. Like I've injected my brother, I think.
With what?
With like anti-inflammatories and stuff. Like I've injected myself, like literally just go like that and the first time it was like a dog chasing his tail. Like it was like...
It's hard to get in there from that angle. That's why you need someone else to do it to you.
Well, once you know your angle, the thing is that the funny part here is actually like you have to be like this. And the first time you go in and then you forget that you have to actually push them.
Yeah.
And so that's when things get tricky.
Yeah, you have to try and keep it straight. Well, I'd rather someone else do it to me. So I've already started to find backups. And I think it might be inappropriate to ask employees at Fitish, if you go out of town for work, I do not want to have to give one to myself because they say that it's, especially if you try to do it in your own thigh or something, it's really painful. So I'm just going to have to ask. And I'm sure these girls are going to have no problem giving me a shot in my butt. Like,
you better treat them right.
Treat them right. Yeah, for the next few weeks. I better be really nice. How's your vision?
It's out there.
It's out there. Just what I wanted to hear from you. Have you ever tried Warby Parker?
No, but I actually love Warby Parker. Like I've seen them. I need to get myself glasses.
This is so great. I'm really lucky because I have perfect vision. So I don't need prescription glasses, but I have what some may call a sunglasses addiction. And you have some good glasses, but I think it could be time for a little bit of an upgrade. And Warby Parker is just amazing because, again, I love things that you can do from home. And when you go to warbyparker.com, you actually take an online quiz. You can order this home try-on kit, and it's so fun. I did this a while back. I actually only ordered sunglasses, right? Because they offer sunglasses now. But I tried them on. I actually made a video you can see on my social media when I did this. It's on TikTok too. Do you remember this? I tried them on. I think I got you a pair.
Yeah.
And they sent me like 5. And so I put them all on. It's really fun because then you can get people's opinions and they can tell you if they like the glasses on you or not. Because look, it's really important what other people think about your glasses, right? You want to look cool in your glasses.
Yeah, and I think something I really like about Warby Parker is that they have every type of model, shape, everything, color, material. Like I've actually been in one of their stores and it's like solid. Like they're great.
Yep. And if you want to try Warby Parker's free home try-on program, this is really great. There's no commitment here. If you end up not liking them, you don't know anything. And then if you want to keep a pair, that's when you're able to order them. You can order 5 pairs of glasses to try on at home for free. You get to keep them for 5 days, wear them, take selfies, ask your partner, ask your friends what they think. No obligation to buy at the end of that 5 days. They're going to ship for free and include a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free when you go to Warby Parker. That's WARBYPARKER, warbyparker.com/Fitish. Make sure you use our code so you can get this free offer to try them on for 5 days. Really fun, really good way to check out glasses and sunglasses as well. And blue light lenses.
Oh, I need some of those for sure.
Into some of that blue light. Well, good. Okay. Well, we need to work on your vision before you start injecting me all the time. How's everything else in your life? Well, tell everyone what you've been up to. What's going on? What's new with you?
Everything is good. Working a lot in.
You've been working a lot. I didn't see you all weekend.
Yeah.
Or very much. I felt very sad about it because I was couch bound.
So just a couple of real estate deals that we've been working on. Very interesting.
So Francisco does a lot of, what do you call it? High density residential real estate, right?
High density, like high rises or condos. And right now we have a project in Kessler West and we're about to start a really amazing project in Uptown.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm. We're in different cities. People listen to us in different cities.
75219.
The zip code. Yeah, JC just bought a house. And so Francisco and I kind of got into a conversation about house buying last night because I can tell I'm starting to nest and I don't need to get a house right now. I mean, I'm kind of locked into a lease until the end of the year, but the housing market is wild. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And I have actually never bought a home before. You've had a couple of homes that you bought and sold before we started living together. And it's just hard. There's no inventory. And I have another guy friend that's in real estate that's sending me some houses because I really want a mid-century style house that needs a little bit of work. That's kind of my goal. And so we've been looking, and I found one and it was like way under budget. And so I told my friend yesterday, I was like, let's make an appointment for today, for this morning before I go into work, that I'll go look at it. And it had only been on the market for, I don't know, not even 48 hours. And the realtor, I guess, said they had already gotten 7 offers and it was like best offer by 5 p.m. last night. And so that's how crazy it is. And the house was very average. Like it wasn't even that great of a house.
The Dallas market is crazy right now. Like if it tells you something, 60%, around 60% of U-Hauls one way are coming to DFW.
Really? That's an interesting stat. But a lot of people from California are moving to Texas. I mean, the quality of living here and cost of living is just better.
And right now we have a 3-month supply. So what that means is like if no one leases their house in the next 3 months, we're not going to have any inventory to sell.
But you feel good. I mean, people are still buying high rises, not just houses.
So condo market, like the first 3 quarters of 2020, when like it died, it killed the condo market, but it came back up with a vengeance the last quarter. And right now, everything that you put in the market in the condo mid luxury, high luxury, it sells like pancakes.
I know there's these elusive hip pocket Facebook groups that regular people like us can't get access to, and you can only get on there if you're a realtor. And that's where they show all the good deals, like the houses that aren't on the market yet. Because I think a lot of these things that are happening and people aren't even listing their house.
Most of the houses right now are going off market.
And they're going above the asking price. And I've heard that people are like paying it's a great time to own a home and try to sell your house right now, right?
Yeah, it's for sure a seller's market. I have stories, like we have a story in the office, these people trying to find a house in the $2-3 million budget, and all of their house they put offers on, they have gone 150,000 above asking price. Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's a totally different budget of house, but that's wild. Because you would think, I think most of us would think, I mean, at least I do in my naivety when it comes to home buying, like if I had $2 or $3 mil to drop on a house, like the world is my oyster. Like you could probably get just about anything you want for $2 or $3 million. And that's not even true right now. That's crazy.
Like I have my business partner that I was doing the deals in Mexico. He's looking for a $3 to $4 million house and he just can't find it.
That has to be frustrating for you too, thinking about all those commissions.
Yeah, well, it's not about that. It's just about the fact that right now you have to be very aware of hip pockets and people off market.
So, but you would recommend people listening, like, I mean, this wasn't supposed to turn into a real estate podcast today, but I like talking to people about what they know about. And so you think if you have a house right now, it'd probably be I guess that's the danger, right? It's a great time for you to sell your house, but you'd have a hard time finding something else.
So it is tricky because of that. Like people, if you're willing to lease or live in
or like go live in a condo or rent an apartment, and make some good money.
It's the best time to sell your house for sure.
For sure. I wish I had a house to sell.
Yeah.
And sell it.
Well, hopefully we're going to have to.
You know what's wild? And so I look on Zillow all the time. I know we talk about this. I think most women do this. I mean, maybe most all of us do this and we just fuck around on Zillow. I mean, Zillow does not pay for anything to be on this podcast. I don't think they have to, but Zillow.
Well, they could.
But Zillow, they could. I would love it. Yeah. No, just let me go like tour houses and talk about them. No, Zillow's amazing. So I'm on Zillow multiple times because I feel like, I have to stay aggressive and I know I'm only going to see what goes on the market, but some of the houses people are listing, and I'm telling you, I'm on there twice a day checking for updates in my parameters and in the zip codes that I want to live in. And there was a house that got listed yesterday and it was disgusting. They did not even clean. It's almost like they were like, oh, the market's really good for a seller. So someone just took iPhone photos. The house was not a cheap house. It was like $1 million house, right? That I saw listed. And it was a disaster. I mean, it was like clothes pouring out of the laundry bin, the closet. It was like our house on like a really bad day. I mean, it was even worse than our house on a really bad day. And they put them on Zillow. And I'm thinking, man, these people don't give a fuck what their house looks like. Like they think, can you imagine people traipsing through an open house with it being that messy? Have you seen, like, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in an open house or trying to show someone a house?
Well, in an open house, I've never seen anything weird, but I've gotten into houses that are disgusting, like that smell like urine,
like hoarders, like dead cats.
But mainly like
how do people think they can sell houses like
investment
that?
Properties that you go into multifamily deals and are these like 10-unit condos that never had seen any maintenance in 10 years.
Yeah.
So they like when they were ripping the floors, you see like fleas, like disgusting shit.
What do you have to disclose as a realtor? Murders?
Everything. Well, you have to disclose murders. You have to disclose everything you know.
Yeah, I knew it was a state by state thing. Like some states don't make you disclose if someone had been murdered.
If someone died in the property, you don't have to disclose it. All depends how it died.
Wow.
But anything you know, you're liable for that.
Interesting.
Yeah. Suicides. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Even though...
And it's state by state. Like Florida has different parameters. Like,
of course it does. It's Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have been sending me, there's a funny Zillow Instagram account. And so they post like really cool, really expensive houses, right? You'll have a combination of like the most expensive houses in Malibu or, out in California. And then I have really quirky houses, and a lot of you have been sending me photos of a house that was on Zillow that it was decorated like with tons of pugs. Like the person was
Really?
crazy pug. I mean, pug duvet
Did you put an
cover.
offer on it?
I didn't put an offer on it. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere. But they had, I mean, they were over the top pug.
Wow. I'm very
Hardcore
surprised.
pug lovers.
So you're saying that we own a condo in the middle of Florida now?
Yeah, I decided to put my money there.
That's
I
amazing.
allocated towards the pug house. No, you know I have a limit with pug stuff.
What is it?
It's just having live pugs.
Oh.
I used to have a limit with only 2 pug items. My mom had
she
so
has
much.
a pajamas with pugs.
I have one pug sleep shirt that a fan sent me. I love that pug sleep shirt. It's amazing. It's a giant pug. The pugs are in the clouds. They're like pug angels. I love that. Someone sent that to me as a gift. I love that pug shirt. I have one pug shirt.
A powder. In the powder bathroom, we have pugs and skulls.
Those are zombie pugs. It's a
Zombie
nice,
pugs.
fine piece of fine pug art.
Yeah.
They're zombie pugs.
Yeah,
They're
zombie pugs.
amazing zombie pugs.
You need to post
What
a
else?
picture.
I have dead Max.
In
the corner.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I have 2
pretty
live
much
pugs.
it.
So I have
Yeah.
3 pug items.
Yeah.
And really only 1 pug decorative item.
You have a pug
When I was
hat?
single, I had a full limit. I had to hide all my pug shit because I swore like if I ever brought a guy home and I had all this pug stuff like pug magnets and pug photos and pug pillows, that just wasn't my jam.
I saw that you ripped the bumper sticker out of your car.
Love
The
pugs.
the pug mom.
You've really been slacking when it comes to the pugs, though. I told Fran if we rescued another pug, we had this real conversation about adopting another dog. I was like, if I'm trying to get pregnant and I have Wheezy who's already attached, I can't have another pug, that it thinks I'm his mom. Like, you need to be mom or dad or whatever, right? Like, you need to bond with this pug. You need to take this pug to work. This pug is Mr. Hefe. I now have 2 pugs that are completely Velcroed to my body.
Yeah.
What
Babe,
am I gonna do? I'm gonna be pregnant and they're
Embrace
gonna be
it.
on either side of me.
they're just going to be your pregnancy guards.
My pregnancy guards.
Yeah.
It's so tough. Do you need to answer that?
Oh.
Is it important?
It is not important.
What's it about?
I don't know. It's Fernando. I asked him if he wanted to
This
come.
is why this Apple Watch is so annoying.
I asked him if he wanted to come be a co-host of this podcast.
You know what I did yesterday with my Apple Watch though? And again, this isn't paid for. And Elena, who works for me, we were just talking about it earlier this morning. For the first time, both her and I tried the Apple Fitness, the Apple Plus Fitness, like on the Apple TV, the workouts. And they were actually really cool. They were really great. I mean, I know we
need
talk
to
a lot
try
about
that.
fitness programs that we do, but I really recommend it. I mean, I've tried like everything out there, and it's not to say that, there's a lot of things that we endorse on this show that, I mean, it's really, my opinion is like whatever works best for you, whatever you find to be effective working out from home. But I wasn't feeling good after my surgery, and I wasn't supposed to like lift anything heavy or be active. And unfortunately, like can't have sex or something the doctor told you, and I didn't know, like we're not supposed to do anything like that for a while until I heal.
Yeah.
So I'm just like bleeding, but I wanted to exercise and I didn't know what to do. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to mess around with the Apple Fitness on the television in the bedroom. So, cause it's easy to roll out of bed. I had sweatpants on, I put on a sports bra, and I started kind of looking through, like you're watching movie trailers, like which one am I not going to do today? And I did like a 20-minute HIIT workout, and then I threw on a 5-minute yoga. And it's so cool cause they're all really short. And so I was able to just kind of string together a couple. They have rowing, they have cycling, they
Wow.
have treadmill. So you could actually get on
You know
your own
what
treadmill.
sucks
And do
is
it.
that it's not like the treadmill. Like you have to actually do these workouts. It's not like you turn the treadmill on and it says that you're burning calories even if you're not standing on it. You can actually do the workout to burn calories in this one.
Yeah, no, but your watch shows up on your TV screen or wherever you're playing it on your Apple TV, so you can see all your stats. Then again, it throws you into competition with other people, so you can opt in or opt out, because I'm not here for
like that.
competition. You love it. I'm not here for competition.
Yeah, because it keeps you held accountable.
Isn't that funny, the psychology between you and I? Like I get what you're saying. I used to feel that way, but I don't care anymore. I just want to do it. I don't care about being first or last.
No, but it's not about being first or last. It's just about it's like a support group. Like I have my friends that work out and my watch, and I see when they finish a workout, it's like, oh, I need to work out. It's like something that it's like
There's 5 people on that watch that he watches their levels of physical activity every day. It's the strangest thing. I think it's made you quite obsessed with exercise because you see his dad burns more calories than him, and I see that it sets him off. And
it's funny, but that's it. My dad is the only person in my watch that is actually putting up a fight, and that goes to you, Carly and Fernando.
Your other friends?
Yeah.
My best female friend that you also compete with on your watch is the strangest thing. I'll tell you what, the one thing I have to do though, every time I work out, no matter what, and I didn't have them charged today, so I missed the boat on this, and I just didn't run very much. I couldn't even make it but like 20 minutes because I have to have music when I exercise. If I'm not watching a program, or even if I am, I need headphones in so I can follow along on my phone, but I have to listen to music. My workout is just so much more productive, so much more effective when I'm listening to music. And of course, I'm always using my Raycon headphones. These earbuds are amazing. I guess I have to say earbuds, not headphones. Headphones is such an old school way of saying it. They're not headphones, they're earbuds, but these are premium wireless earbuds. They are, speaking of competition, they're just as good, if not better, than all of the other major brands.
I love them.
The earbuds on the market.
The other ones that you had.
Yeah, you stole them.
The pink ones.
I know you stole the pink ones, but they're just priced so much better. They're actually affordable. You're not going to have dangling wires or stems. These are, and they're just stylish, right? Because you're going to get to choose your colorway, and they're very comfortable. I have small ear holes. I don't know if you know that about me. Did you know that about me?
That's something I love about you. Your tight ear holes.
Look, I get a lot of people will notice it sometimes.
I'm going to get frisky right now, and there's a lot of people
I have small ears. Us. Yeah, no, but I do have small ear holes. So, there were times over the years that I had a hard time, but when you get these, they have different little head covers, like on the little earbuds. Anyway, that's just my detail and why I love them. But Raycon's offering 15% off all of their products just for Fitish listeners. And all you have to do to go get it is go to buyraycon.com/Fitish. That's it. You're going to get 15% off your entire Raycon order. Feel free to grab a pair and a spare. I'm encouraging people to buy things for women in their lives that they love, close friends, maybe your mom, but you can totally afford to do this because you're going to get 15% off at buyraycon.com/Fitish. That's BUYRAYCON.com/Fitish. Perfect. And now you have to give me my pink pair back. Or I'm just going to go buy another pair and you can keep the pink ones.
I'll buy another one.
Do you wear the pink ones when you're motorcycling around?
No, I cannot wear those because they're very uncomfortable with the helmet, but I do wear them when I'm running for sure.
Yeah. You've been a beast working out lately, I have to say. And I don't know why it's made me feel more insecure. I think probably because I feel fatter than ever and I'm just kind of going through all this stuff and knowing that I don't think the peak physical fitness is on the horizon for me anytime soon. And you have been working out every single day. He's worked out every day for
45 days.
Really?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
we need to go back to BetterHelp and talk about this.
The what?
The therapy, the online therapy we promoted earlier in the show.
Like it's something that it's this 2021, I made a point to create healthy habits. And one of the healthy habits I have created is working out every day and be held accountable for working out. It doesn't matter if it's a 20-minute workout or it's a 60-minute hot yoga workout.
That's what you're doing every day. You're doing the hardest of the hard workouts every day. But I mean, talk about it. It's making you feel better, really,
right?
Makes
me feel better. Makes me feel, it's just that accomplishment. It just makes you feel good. It makes me sleep better at night. Copes with stress. And it's just a good feeling overall. Makes you try to eat better.
Yeah, kind of.
And to cope with life.
It's good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, I wish I had that drive and motivation.
Well, sometimes it's not the drive and motivation because it's not that I wake up every day, oh my God, I'm going to work out and I'm so excited. It's that stop negotiating with myself. Like it's like the last year or before I started doing what I'm doing right now is like wake up as like, well, I can work out tomorrow. I don't have to work out today. And you
That's
start
what
negotiating with yourself. And it's that part of the growing when you stop negotiating with yourself. It's like, no, you're doing it. You're working out this morning and even though you're hangover, or even though you're tired, or even though, because then you start creating a healthy habit.
I think things changed for me a lot in the last year, and I stopped prioritizing it just because I started feeling guilty. Like if I'm working out and then as a girl, you know, it's a grind because I'm showering and washing my hair and it's taking me hours in the morning to do it, that's my excuse, right? That I don't want to have to do all of that. And so then before I know it, I'll go a whole week without working out. And so I'll say the thing that you said that's really resonated and works for me. And if you're listening and you're having a hard time too, I think that's totally fine. I mean, you don't have to work out every day, but I think that's why carving out those 5 minutes or 10 minutes even, right? That you're like, you know what, I'm just going to go on a fast-paced walk with my dog, and I'm just going to go on a little faster of a walk, or I'm going to put the treadmill on an incline and just do it for a few minutes, or I'm just going to stretch in my bedroom.
It doesn't have to be like a hard, like it's
that's
just
made me feel better, and it's helped me build the confidence to get back, because I no longer go do an hour workout class all the time. I don't want to be around people. I just don't carve out the time for it. I don't want to do it. So then you start saying, well, I'm not going to do that. And I've actually really liked some of these. I mean, we offer 10-minute workouts. We have a bunch posted for Fitish, but we also, like I was telling you, this Apple TV, or, you know, the mirror that we always promote on the show. Those kinds of things are really great because you can just go, I have 10 minutes, I'm going to do it. And I'll be honest with you, you're a different friend, because you will commit and you'll go do an hour-long run workout. I will sign up for a 20 or 30-minute run. I'm tired at 17 minutes. I quit, and I don't feel bad about it, because 17 minutes is better than 0, you know, and that starts to build the confidence.
Absolutely. And I think it's just, I can only talk about myself. Time is never excuse. Like, it's like, well, I don't have time because I have to meeting in the morning, but well, then I carve time at lunch.
And get up earlier. Yeah.
Or get up earlier. Like, it's just about.
It's so hard to get up when you don't have to get up.
So
I used to have to get up for work. And now that I don't have to, it's so hard.
When I have to do it after work.
Oh, no, not happening. I know myself better than that. If I don't work out at least before 11 a.m., it's not happening.
But it's not about, when it comes to creating this habit, and I'm very insistent on this, it's not about working out. It's about working out the habit, working out like something you don't want to do, but it's really good for you. It's working out, doing that. And it's in not only in workout fitness, it's in eating well, it's in just taking care of yourself. And once you start creating those habits, anything else comes easier. Like sometimes reading, people that say, I don't have time to read. Like,
and that's what I've started doing again. I ordered a bunch of books, like how to be a good parent.
Yeah.
I'm going to start reading. I hope that's not going to jinx me. I've been so open about all of this. I hope that's been kind of my concern, truthfully, like something I'm grappling with, because I love to read and I've gotten out of the habit of that too. I don't know what I've been doing, trying to run a business or something, but I've just been slacking on everything. But
that is not true.
But yeah, no, I ordered a bunch of books, but I just was I always gravitate more towards nonfiction, but you know, I've already read like What to Expect When You're Expecting. So I thought I'd read some books about like the psychology of parenting, you know, and like raising good kids who are making good decisions. Cause I find that to be, that's the period of time I'm more worried about, not what to do or what not to do when I'm pregnant. I mean, my mom smoked cigs when she was pregnant with me. I was fine. I think I'm going to try and not stress about like being crazy about all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to smoke cigs.
No, it's like that explains
I'm fine,
a lot.
You're kidding. Yeah. Thank you, friend. No, but I ordered some books, so I hope it doesn't jinx me. You know, I'm sure women feel that way when they're trying to have a baby. I was like, I hope I can. I mean, I'm not like buying baby shit yet. I'm not trying to do that, you know, but I'm sure a lot of women feel that way. Like I probably shouldn't do anything until I know that I am. But I thought, well, I'm going to get there one way or another. So I'm going to read some parenting books.
Yeah, I need to read them too. I think we were talking about them yesterday, and I think they're very interesting.
Yeah, because we have to get on the same page about stuff. And this wasn't as much about discipline. It was more about that the kids between the age of 0, you know, I say 0 because it's under 1, 0 and 5 are at their most impressionable. So just ways to handle their outbursts and things like that so they can thrive. And I'm really into that kind of like emotional intelligence, and having a child.
That you were talking about getting a little crate and just put them in a crate if they're
Shut up. I was not. I thought you were going to give a real getting a little crate.
Put them like
the crate we have Pepe in.
a little bottle and with a little ball so they can leak in the bottle and like milk in one.
I thought you were going to be legitimate. No, I was reading something really interesting they say about when kids are, I don't know if y'all find this interesting, but it was like, you know, when kids have emotional responses to things or things that are traumatic, but they can't quite put into words, you know, and the sample that was given was like a little boy was 2 years old and got into a car accident with his babysitter, and the babysitter was taken off in an ambulance and she was okay, but she had to go to the hospital, and the little boy was just like so distraught about it, and he couldn't really express what was going on. And they say that most parents have a tendency to be like, it's okay, let's go get ice cream, and then they like want to distract. But this advice was actually saying it's actually better to address it. And it's kind of what I've said about grief with people. Sometimes it's better to, like, I think, to live in the uncomfortable and address it. And so this woman did child psychology her whole life and was saying, and she was the mom in this situation, she was like, he kept trying to say the babysitter's name and woo woo, like for the ambulance, because that was what he kept thinking of, was like the ambulance. And so instead of just trying to pacify him and be listening. Like, yeah, that she was like, let's talk about it. Like, she's okay. She had to go to the hospital, and like talking about it. And I think a lot of parents, we try to, like, I say we as a parent, but you know, you try to be like, no, get over it. Like, let's distract them. Like, let's not talk about it. But they want to talk about their, you know, their moments of trauma sometimes with their limited vocabulary, and that allows them to like have the skills they need to be equipped. To
listen to them.
Yeah.
And make them feel listened.
I know it's nerdy that I'm already reading that, but I found it really fascinating.
It's amazing. It's amazing because I think we both come from different outcomes and different type of parenting from our parents. And
yeah, I worry that you're going to be a super disciplinarian and I'm going to be really soft.
My dad was a very disciplinarian. Yeah. And my mom was in between. Mm-hmm. So I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But something I'm going to for sure struggle is my dad was a super like overprotective. And as much as I say I don't want to be overprotective, I can see how it's easy just because you care so much about someone that you don't want them to like cross the street by themselves and stuff like that. Like, yeah. But I'm sure I'll overcome it.
Well, if it makes you feel any more behind maybe not being overprotective, my most, I guess, overprotected girlfriends going into college, like the ones with the dads that like didn't allow them to do anything, were the biggest sluts I had ever encountered in my life.
No, not overprotected like that. Overprotected in trying
just
to
driving and doing anything,
like taking care of them. My parents allow us to drink at normal age with them, and we would come in a culture where, like, yeah, maybe when we were underage, like 15, 16, like have a glass of wine with
But I like that. I mean, that's the European mentality, and then kids don't want to like sneak off and binge drink. The first time
that I got drunk with my parents, and that makes you like, that gives you a handicap when you go, like, you don't have to do it. You don't have to sneak out. And I want my kids to feel as comfortable as I felt with my parents doing that. Overprotective, more meaning in the risks in life.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll revert back to our therapy, but I'm sure it's hard.
Well, we need to go back to that first, the seek help thing. What?
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
Thank you. I'm glad you remembered that. Yeah. I'm glad I did that endorsement. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, you can always, I'm sure we've talked about a lot of things today. Please shoot us an email at thepodcast@fitish.com. I'm sure a lot of you are parents, successfully or unsuccessfully. So we'd love to hear feedback. I'm sure we're going to be getting a lot of that as we go through this process. So I'm happy to talk about it. A lot of you responded really nicely about me talking about some of the IVF. So I'm sure if it doesn't pertain to you, I don't know if you still find it interesting or not, but let me know. I mean, it's one of those things that's so personal. I don't know if you find it interesting or not to talk about in detail, but I'm happy to devote, multiple shows to just speaking about that experience, because I'm going to be, probably drowning in it here for the next, 10 weeks if we're lucky. So we'll talk more about that later. And to end the show today, one last sponsor of the podcast that another thing you're going to steal from me, and I've been trying to hide it from you, and I know you're going to steal it because of the way we already are terrible with our toothbrushes to begin with, because when we can't find one, we were sharing one. I was like, this just isn't going to work for me anymore. And I usually don't have an issue. I'm not a germaphobe or anything like that. I mean, I'm fine. I'm a weirdo. Like I've been fine sharing the toothbrush, but I'm not fine sharing my Bbruush. Have you seen my Bbruush? I've been hiding my Bbruush.
I saw you got it. It looks super cool.
Yeah, Bbruush. Okay, so Bbruush, it kind of looks like brush. It's Bruush with a cool little accent over one of the U's, but it's actually pronounced Bbruush. And so this is just like the coolest kind of top of the line electronic toothbrush. It's so cool. I don't know if you know this about me. I've never had a toothbrush like this.
Really?
What? I've never had a toothbrush like this. I'm super excited. 6 unique modes to customize your brushing experience. A 4-week battery life. Magnetic charging stand, which I've been hiding from Francisco so he doesn't see and he doesn't steal my
magnetic
Bbruush.
hiding stand?
Yeah, I'm trying to hide it.
That's the part that is most important.
It's just really amazing. Yeah. And I know that it's actually cleaning my teeth really good. So I'll get you your own Bbruush, okay? Because I can get 15% off and so can you when you go to Bbruush.com. That's Bruush. It's like brush with 2 U's. Bruush.com.
I need to get my own for
and
sure.
use the promo code Fitish. Again, that's Bbruush with 2 U's. Bruush.com and use the promo code Fitish for 15% off your Bbruush toothbrush kit and refill plan.
Sounds.
Stay off my Bbruush,
I will
bro.
get my own for sure. I'm very. I'm sorry I have to run, but I'm very happy.
Babe, this is what a pro does. I was finishing the podcast to give you a full 60 seconds to spare before your conference call, and you didn't have to say anything to the audience because I'm a pro. And that's when I was going to say, thank you for joining us. Mike's nodding his head. And now you're trying to eject yourself from the conversation, but thank you for that unnatural transition.
No, I just want to thank you for inviting me. Thank you for everything. Thank you for life.
Yes, thank you. And I'll see you later.
But,
okay.
no,
thank y'all.
And I love you.
I love you.
And if
this
anybody,
is on you. Close it. Take us out. Take us out, Fran.
So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy Women's Day for the women's out there.
Well,
and the men's that are women's, whatever.
Women's Day was 2 days ago, but thank you, Fran.
Okay, well, belated. And if any of your audience have any real estate questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, send us an email.
I'll be
Again,
very
that's
happy to answer.
The podcast at Fitish.com, and we'll see you next week.
And now I have to run. I love you all.
Bye. Fran, we were ending it. Like it's over.
It's over?
I'm going to kill it. Bye, y'all.